food and beverage industry is in the middle of a revolution. What people want and expect out of their food and beverage today is light years from what it was 10 years ago. People want it to be healthy, they want it to be good for them, they want to know where the ingredients came from, they want to know that it's good for the planet. So the pressure on young and emerging food and beverage brands today is greater than it has ever been, because they have to respond with something that's such a game changer and unique that the consumer will even take notice and care. So what's happening is a lot of these emerging food and beverage brands are what we call disruptors. They're changing the product mix in the grocery stores. And that's requiring big food, the major international fortune-sized food companies, to react. And what they've done to react is basically become investors and acquirers of these emerging brands themselves. Most of the large major food and beverage companies in the world have formed venture arms in the past several years and are forming more every day. And these venture arms are out there looking for their R&D. So they're taking some of their budget money that they would used to spend internal research and development activity, and they're using that money to just invest in other brands that seem to have a head start and seem to really be disruptive. Big food companies are looking for a brand that is resonating with consumers at some level, whether it be it's incredibly unique, it's incredibly healthy, it tastes great, they've created a category. The big game changers, the stories that people have heard of, the big brands that have been sold, like the Crave jerkies being bought by Hershey, for example. These brands have created categories that these big food companies said, you know what, let me just buy it rather than try to compete with them. And then I can use my incredible network of distribution and marketing power and grow that to be $1 billion brand. Ultimately, what it's causing is a lot of upstarts. There's so many new entrants into the food and beverage space. There's a new brand coming out every minute of every day. And there's incredible competition amongst these brands to be different and unique and be disruptive. And at the same time, it's causing financial investors, the private equity funds and the venture capital funds, to come in earlier than they ever would before and invest in these brands at early stages to give them the growth fuel that they need so that they can become known and aware and ultimately, hopefully, get their exit in a few years by a strategic acquirer. We're fortunate, really, to have been working with emerging brands for the past 10 years in the food and beverage space, and we've helped many of the brands that people have heard of sell. What we do is we start with them at an early level, let's say only 2 or 3 million of revenue, and lay a proper foundation with them for financial growth and help them along every aspect of their financial livelihoods over the next several years as they go through every level of growth, which brings all new challenges.